Hello. It's a new year. Look at us. We made it. Okay, I kind of made it before you guys because we made this episode, of course, last year. And so here we are. You're probably wondering, where is Kerry and Joyce? I'm also wondering. But we're going to have an awesome episode because this particular episode, we want to highlight some of the things that stood out for you in Boxpod in 2023. And we're also going to be highlighting some of the things that we think should stay in 2023. Usivuke mwaka na hizi vitu, please. Thanks. So, let's start off with highlights of episodes or content from 2023 at number 7. So we're going to start. We're talking about sex toys. I don't know if you remember this episode. And things got kind of heated and crazy. We're talking about how some sex toys, let's be real, are not the same size. We're not all built the same. There's a Range Rover on the streets and there's a Vitz on the streets. These are all vehicles leading people to destinations, but they're not the same size. So this one is called another panga.
Yeah.
You know which sentence is discrimination?
Which one?
When guys say, a boy and his toys, right? But then you can't say, a girl and her toys.
That's so true.
Immediately guys just start thinking you're a sex monster.
I swear,
Yeah.
you're
Right?
a nymphomaniac.
It's like, I'm just like, even at the airport, my friend came with this huge ass dildo. It was like the size of another panga.
Why was...
Do you know how long she was arguing with
It's for personal use.
Do you know how many times she had to argue with that guy? She's like, "Eote."
It's so big, you have to declare it.
She had to remove it like shing. She had to...
You literally just said another punk.
Imagine. She's over here, swing.
I'm telling you, my guys, half the things we discuss on this episode. Anyway, moving on at number 6. You know, let me tell you, this particular thing we spoke about, I've met people on the streets who are just like, oh my God, Kwambox, I also went to a salon. When my parents would take me to the salon when I was a kid, it was a traumatic experience. I just didn't know how to articulate it until I watched this on Boxpod. So, taking a walk down memory lane at number 6, this is one of the things that stood out last year.
What was here?
Let me tell you, me growing up, I honestly thought vaginas were whack.
What do you mean?
Right? You go to the salon, right? Africans, you've been to the salon growing up.
Oh, and you...
I didn't even need to finish.
Oh, Kerry might be a bit
That's
Yeah,
not
I don't know.
shameless. Okay, finish.
This is what usually happens at the salon.
Yeah.
Like back in the day.
Yeah.
Your parent has taken you. Then all of a
Kenyatta
sudden
Market.
they throw you to the wolves. Wah! Then mama takes you.
Enda
Kuja
ukashuka.
hapa. Umewekwa hapa. Amekusokota hapa kwa kuchi yake.
Oh,
Ndio
damn.
akushuke lines hapa.
Imagine.
Chachwa.
So
You
she
guys-
can
you don't
without
move.
the whole
moving,
time you're like this guy and his tuna.
Guy.
You're just
make... So don't you think you'd have PTSD if you're
So
with someone
what?
like that?
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's people like that who are walking around.
Yep. And I think there's a message there for people who run salons or you're a hairstylist. You know, I'm going to move around your bosom or your coochie area. Please, kama wewe ni mgonjwa, baki nyumbani. Thanks. At number 5, oh my goodness. You know, I'd actually forgotten this story until when we were doing the highlights is when someone reminded us. Do you remember when Joyce told us a story of a babe who was pregnant but didn't know until she would take a poop and gave birth?
A friend of a friend, like this is not a made up story. Like someone I know personally was telling me this happened to her friend.
Yeah.
She felt like taking a number 2 and a baby came out.
That was easy.
What?
What?
She didn't know she was pregnant. She just felt like taking
No,
I'm serious.
No, guys.
I'm dead serious.
Guys, when I said we make this
She
episode
did-
interesting.
Yeah. No, I'm dead. No.
She didn't know.
She just felt like taking.
No, wait,
and
hold
I'm
up.
dead
No.
serious.
Yeah, that's
She just
okay.
had chublu. She's like, I swear it was a baby.
No.
That's
Guys, bro, it's not the first time these things have happened.
No.
That's
start from-
okay.
I'm dead serious.
That's okay.
Start from
Yeah,
the
a baby
beginning.
can
I'm
come
dead
out, but
serious.
she didn't know she was
She
pregnant.
didn't know she was
No.
pregnant.
Carrie, stop. Don't fast forward. Reverse. Start again.
9 months she didn't have her period. She
Yeah.
was like, oh yeah,
She shelved
maybe
the baby.
I'm late.
She like, cause you know, even when you're about to give birth, you're usually told if you feel like pooping, don't. The baby's about to come out.
Now hold on. do these things actually happen? Well, it turns out somebody here who will remain nameless has shown us a whole channel of weird, unique things that could happen during pregnancy, including your teeth falling out. I mean, I've had teeth fall out and I'm not pregnant. Thank you so much for welcoming us back onto your TV. We are counting down some of the craziest things that were said in 2023 on Boxpod, and now we're at number 4. This particular thing we spoke about I feel like it rubbed people the wrong way, because Joyce brought this story about how I think 3% of the nation is earning not more than 50K. And we all were chiming in on what 50K could do. Anyway, this is the conversation.
First of all, do you know only 3% of Kenyans earn more than 50,000 Kenya shillings?
Okay, that's upsetting.
Isn't that a reason to be upset? I mean, yes, I'm part of the 3%, but the economy is not helping. The economy is not helping.
Shout out to the 3%.
I might drop down to the 97% if things continue the way they're continuing.
Yeah. So you're angry for your 3%ers?
Just angry for everyone. I'm angry.
You're more. It's more. What you're saying is, it's more likely to be a 97% than a 3%, and you're concerned.
I might be slowly sleeping, and I'm worried.
50K.
Yep.
Hey, on a real though, man, that's alarming.
What do I do with 50K?
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, I mean, when I was a kid, when I was starting out, like, that's your bowling.
Yeah. Turns out now people call us 3%ers. I'm just gonna say that was me in 2023. And now in 2024. New challenges. You never know. Alright. Now we're in the top 3. And I think these stories have been selected because of just how crazy and insane they are. You know when you hear a story and you're just like, did this actually happen? Or are you making this shit up, right? Pardon me using the pun shit. At number 3, Kerry told us the first time he interacted with I'm going to call it a low-rider toilet. What do you call these toilets? That are? It's not a pit latrine. Pit latrine is the one where it's a toilet. It's a tooth, right? This one has water, right? This one you flush. This is not a latrine. This one is I'm going to call it a low-rider toilet. Anyway, this is how Kerry used it for the first time.
There's a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
My first time encountering such a toilet, I sat on it.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
It was in school, yeah.
How the fuck do you have like happies of the ass?
No, that I don't have. No, I don't have. It was in school. I think I was like in class 3.
Did you get UTI of the deer?
Yeah, honestly.
No, I did not imagine. Like that's how God protected me.
I know.
Yeah, but being a child who are protected from like a lot of things.
He sat on the pit.
You know, me, I ate Amende as a child and I didn't die.
That's not the same. It's
continue.
not the same.
So
it's the same.
You know how the bathrooms like in school usually have got that space chini.
Yeah.
So for me to actually learn how to use it, there's a friend of mine who like chunguliad me when I was in the bathroom, and they actually saw me sitting down, like they made fun of me up until I was taught, like, you don't do that, you squat.
No, but you squat. I don't squat, bro.
God damn.
You know, even when we're doing our live recording, this is what people could not wrap their heads around. But if you watch that full episode, you notice that we talk about toilet etiquette and how a lot of people actually don't know how to use the toilet. So next time you're watching an episode or you hear something so crazy and they're like, oh my God, did you just know that it's like it would have been Kerry or it could have been you? What you should be saying is, thank God it's not. It's not me. But I'm just saying, he doesn't speak for the whole podcast when it comes to using the toilet. Some of us, even our parents. But then, did your parents teach you how to use the toilet? Do you have a memory of your parents teaching you how to use the toilet? Okay, you guys, your parents, when you were born by wild animals. Listen, let me tell you something. Right? I remember, I have vivid memories of my mom putting the tissue on the toilet seat and teaching you how to, like, don't sit on this toilet seat until you've cleaned the toilet bowl. So the tissue, you don't remember having the tissue put on the arm? How did you? Okay, you guys are the ones, yeah. Because there's one day I walked into a toilet and I found this babe walai, and it's a public toilet. Like it's those toilets where you'll enter happy and leave with happy, right? And she was seated on the toilet seat, kabisana haga yote, clean, pam, pew. Right? So, I mean, if it's one of you guys here, I'm not judging you, but I've given you a lesson in the toilet. Don't sit with your whole abs. Right? Like, if you don't have tissue, anyway, let me not do toilet etiquette. We'll do an episode on toilet etiquette in 2024 because we're leaving no bum behind. At number 2, Kerry is making it into the top 3 for sure. You know his stories be crazy, right? Do you remember when Kerry went to buy sweets in the middle of the night and got his phone stolen and almost had his car stolen in the process? You didn't see that story? Have a look.
Apo Evo, like just in the car, so I put my shit there.
Dramatic sounds.
You empty your pockets, you put everything down there. And then this guy sees the stuff that I have over there. It looks nice for him to take. And he's just seated right there. He elbowed me. Kwashingo.
Oh no!
Yeah. By the time I'm trying to like figure out what just happened, because I'm trying to reverse, you know. By the time I'm trying to figure out what just happened, he's grabbed shit. He got out of the car and ran off.
Now I want you to pause here. I know Joyce in your mind right now.
I wish we had like those
he reversed
illustrations. Yeah.
He reversed.
Like,
you're thinking he's probably reversing back to Galana.
Yeah.
From Langata, he's like abort mission.
He's reversing to go back home.
Let's resume to the story. Kerry,
And pause.
you
Please
reversed
also,
end.
if there are any illustrators who can like do this in like animation form, it would be genius.
All right.
I'm just saying.
So Kerry, you reversed.
See, I stopped the car right there. I got out and started running after him. The car was running. Yeah.
He left the car running.
Yeah, the car
so
was
he can
running.
now run.
Yeah, so I can run.
There's so many lessons that could be learned in this story. And for me, I think the biggest lesson was don't date someone from Brunei. See, just don't date someone from Brunei. It's too much of it. There's too many risks. There's too many elements. In fact, there are things Kerry missed out, right? He could have been eaten by a hyena. He could have met a lion, right? These are not even the top 5 things that happened to him on his way to Rongai. Anyway, I hope he has learned his lesson. If you're a babe from Rongai and you're trying to holler at Kerry, all I'm telling you is hammer. All right, before we get to number 1, I just want to remind you that today's episode is sponsored by none other than, you guessed it, Boxpod merchandise. You can get yourself a coffee mug as you enjoy our awesome content, or you can get yourself a hoodie so you can cover your titties, especially if you're not a D cup and above. All I'm saying is just get yourself our merchandise, and because you love the podcast, you know? At number 1, this one was highlighted it's highlighted because everything that could possibly go wrong went wrong, right? From recording a whole episode to it not coming out when it was supposed to come out, to the sound having a problem, it was just a lot of mayhem. And why? Because it was Friday the 13th. Spoke about anyway, watch.
So today is Friday the 13th, and I was having a chat with my co-host, and he asked me, do you believe in Friday the 13th? I'm like, nigga. Do I believe? Have you ever seen a building with a 13th floor? And I'll give you time.
You know, now you guys are going to make me go and look at like every elevator again.
Let me know if you know a building.
And start looking at the 13th floor.
Unless it's Chinese, but because 13th is lucky for them.
They don't have 13th.
So Indian.
They don't.
No, they do.
Chinese don't do 13th.
Western ones don't have 13th.
China does not do 13th floor.
Really?
My apartment building was built by a Chinese.
But now, who owns the building?
Yes, them. But another place that doesn't have number 13 is airlines. There's no row number 13. Yeah, because it's bad luck.
Yeah. So people actually...
What?
Yeah.
From voodoo in Benin to night runners to why there's no floor number 13 in a building. And after we finished all that, the voodoo came to us. So all I'm saying is avoid conversations around Friday. In fact, this year, we're avoiding anything Friday the 13th because that's our top 7. If there's any story you've left out, feel free to put it in the comment section. You know why? Because we read your comments, we just don't respond. Because we don't have a social media password. And now we have. So now we'll respond. This next segment is called Things That Really Resonated with the People That Are Watching Boxpod. You boxers. That there are things we talk about that you guys really get into and you start opening your hearts. And it's like, guys, it's not a feedback kind of show. But anyway, like we read your comments. And so at this point, we're going to be talking about the top 3 things that really resonated with you guys in 2023. At number 3, and in no particular order, we have nanoskirts. Oh, nanoskirts. Do you remember when we spoke about the tiniest skirts? How skirts are becoming super tiny? You didn't watch it? Check this out.
Yeah.
So as we're there, we're cooling. I'm looking at the hostesses. They're called bottle service bottle girls, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just like, girl, matako yako itakula homa. She'll catch an ass flu, bro.
What? It was outside. Her ass was outside.
Bro, like,
is she skating?
no.
Oh, okay.
As in bottle girl.
Maybe
Like-
they wear skates. I don't know, man.
Hey, that would be crazy
That
on
would
top
be
of
cool.
that. But
That would be
it's
cool.
so, like, all it's doing, as in akikohoa. You know, like, when you just held the thing,
sneeze.
Aki sneeze, it will roll up. So me and my boy the whole time we're just there going like, hey, let's just
Like, we're
watch
scared
out
for
for
her,
her.
yeah.
We look out for her.
We
Guys,
tell
we're
her.
not looking at her.
We're looking out
at
for-
her
Yeah.
to protect her. Anyway.
Potential.
Tulishinda ka tumeangalia chua left right, but then you realize that all the girls dresses just got super short.
Yeah.
At this rate, I'm just saying, this is 2023. We're at nano. 2030 zitakuwa zinafika wapi?
Let me ask you
I
something.
definitely think it's an extreme sport. You need to like wear a dress like that, and then now you're able to like just make sure that you keep
You keep it-
the dress right
Yeah.
under
Just
can you-
under
butt
cheek
cheek.
hapo hivyo.
You know how hard
and
it
it does
is
to and it,
Ah. Father with Mathayos and
Yeah.
they're just riding up the whole time.
Bruh, I
you can't
don't know
even
how they
sit
do it.
properly.
because
The
now
whole
you,
time too.
Every position you sit in, your
if you sit down with
Vagina
chekesho
is out.
kidogo, you can't even kick.
okay,
Sasa huyo.
nothing.
Now, do you remember the story I told you about those babes who leave stains on their seats?
Yeah, it's those ones.
it's
Those kind of dresses.
ones.
Oh god.
Yes,
damn.
Yeah, because when you sit down, it rides up. Like there's nothing covering your.
Boom.
For guys, let me.
So when I
like, 'cause
started
guys
this
don't
story, you didn't
understand.
see it.
Yeah.
No, guys don't understand. Like when we sit down, like the skirt goes up, like between my butt cheek and the chair. Okay.
Oh yeah.
The skirt is covering
Because
nothing.
now the ass is like
Yeah,
this. It's not like
exactly,
this.
exactly.
So it has
So it's
taken
covering
more
nothing.
space.
Yeah.
So hapa pali kulikuwa na thigh.
There's
Sasa
nothing.
iko hapa.
Iko hapa.
I'm telling you, and I'm just like, girls.
Yeah.
Maybe kudos, shout out to you guys. I don't know how you do it.
Well, I do expect that 2024 the skirts will get even shorter. The question is, what comes after nano? Right? Because we started with skirt, then short skirt, then mini skirt, then micro mini, and then we go to nano, which is what I'm calling them for 2023. But where do you think they're going in 2024? I'm saying tie. It's just like the tie. It's like a tie. As in, tie. or it'll just be like a tape you funika.
That must be crazy.
You funika. Wait, that's called a diaper. That's a diaper for yeah. Yeah, so this one has to be just anyway. I don't know. You guys let us know what you think the future will hold, because we're just very early in the year. At number 2, something that stood out for boxers. You remember when we spoke about going to the salons from hell? Yeah, where the coochies were dead. Yeah. This particular story, it seems like every babe on the continent of Africa or who has African hair has been tormented by this. This particular video, I think, is the most shared video that we have on Boxpod, and it means that hair salon people need to do better. Okay, I'm just saying, since we highlighted people for the salon, are there other professions that keep you at close proximity like that could be future mentioned like this? Because this was in the past and hairdressers don't behave like this anymore, I'm guessing. But there must be a current trade that is currently going on that people are killing you, with their personal hygiene. Which one is it? Hit us up in the comment section. We'll talk about it in 2024. And at number 1, the thing that most resonated with our boxers was colorism. right? So we spoke about this, how, light-skinned people get more love. Well, in Africa, colorism is a big deal. If you missed this, here's an excerpt.
Xenophobia in South Africa is back in a big way.
Back?
In a big way. Like I was watching a documentary where they were talking about this group called Sijui Dudula. Dudula. Yes, Dudula. Right? And basically oh my God. How do I say this in a not nasty way? But they were also not being nasty. They just want foreigners gone.
That's what they said.
And these are not white foreigners. These are the foreigners that live in their townships, that run the shops. To be frank, it's the Ethiopians who run shops there, and Somalis, and kuna nationality ingine ilitajwa, not Nigerians, there are others. But then, as in, when you see these people and the amount of hate that they are saying about, it's. And I don't want you to judge them and say, how can they? Because it's coming from a point of lacking. But I feel like South Africa is being highlighted because I think xenophobia is everywhere. Yeah. I think even here in Kenya, if South Sudanese people start speaking, if people from Burundi share with you their experiences here, Congolese, right? Somalis, right? I think when you get to a space and people feel like, in your frustration, it's easy to remove it on the foreigner.
All I know is that Africa, I think, being really dark is a token. I don't think we've reached that level of acceptance. I think we still look at it as a token, but we're in the right direction. Thank you so much, guys. Those are the 3 most talked about, or the topics that resonated the most with you. Now, we're going into a very special segment, and this one, I'd love to hear your thoughts as well. It's called Things We Are Leaving in 2023. Whether it's behaviors, whether it's people, whether it's fashion, you can already start writing yours in the comment section and we will read them. I don't know about responding, but we will read them. So, in no particular order, and this one, by the way, people here also shared their thoughts, so feel free to share with me things you absolutely feel like we need to leave in 2023. Number 1, reverse call. I mean, listen. In 2024, we're not going to see the phone ringing and then we're going to pick and then we realize, no, it's not actually a call. There's a babe on the other side saying, hey, there's someone who's trying. No, it's a no. No more reverse calls. At this one, I feel like this one will be my last one. I'm going to save this for the last one. Fashion. In terms of fashion, I think extremely long nails. You know those ones that look like, what's it called? Like chopsticks. And it's not like I'm hating on you, but like, sis, how you cleaning your ass? Like, how you cleaning your ass? I don't want you to just imagine that one day you're chilling like this and then you're just like washing your eye and then out of nowhere you just like poke your eye and now it's back in on your finger like this. Like your eyeball is now like this. Like now 10 years later, you don't have an eye and guys like, hey, what happened to your eye? I know one day I had long nails. No. Right? And it's unhealthy. I'm just saying, like, there's an accepted level, and I think this is the accepted level. After this, you're pushing it. Also, lashes that are bigger than your vision, right? You have big vision for 2024. Like 2024 is going to be your year, but you can't see your vision. You know why? Your lashes. Your lashes are too big. Like, at what point do you tell your makeup person, sis, relax. Si lazima. Hata eyelid yangu haiwezani na hiyo weight. So, we have left this bad behavior. Yeah. Another thing we're leaving in 2023, I was told, watu wa kuomba tickets kwa concert. Wacha kuomba, nunua tu. Unapatiwa 3 months in advance. Unajua Kofia anakuja 3 months in advance. Why are you asking? Si uanze kuchanga. Badala ya kutafuta namba ya mtu mwenye akona tickets, tafuta namba ya sponyo. Alafu pia, meet people without promising more. This one is gonna hurt, right? Because you know you are a culprit. You're those people, you meet someone who you know is from high school. Then you're like, yo, what's good, my guy? Yo, see we nini? Where are you getting the need to say all these things? You just met this person accidentally at the supermarket. Now you've started planning future. We go to Mombasa together. You know you're not going to do these things. Why are you saying it? Why can't you just meet someone you haven't met in a long time and just say, hey, it's very good to see you. Bye. Let's leave this behavior of promising more to people who you know you ain't never going to see. Ni promises to hadi ile siku mtakufa. Stop it. Another thing we're living in 2023, vapists. We're tired of you. Don't change. Don't skip ad. Okay, skip ad. Why must we tolerate your smoking of whatever everywhere? Right? You sit even in a meeting, somebody just said, what I think is, my guy, even as we have things, we want to smoke there. But we are not. Can you respect us? We don't even know the damage this vape can be doing. Cigarettes, they were saying secondhand smoke is worse. I don't know about vapes. So please, can you keep that shit to yourself? Don't bring it next to me. All I'm saying is vapists know that. In fact, there should be a space for vaping here. Yeah? In Tao Kwanza, see, there's a space for smoking. There's a smoking zone. But it's not for vapists. Vapists, there. Another one. Watu wa kuomba pesa. Communicate. We don't have a problem with you kuomba pesa. No. Please don't get me wrong. I will kuomba you pesa. But I will communicate when I know the money is not going to come back, when I promised you it's going to come back. I said I was going to give it to you on the 15th of January. And I have seen the shenanigans I have been up to December all the way to the 14th of January. And I know you're waiting for the money. Let me just give you a heads up. It's not going to happen. Right? Ndio ujipangange. But this thing where you switch off your phone, we are not in 2023. This is 2024. New year, new you. Please do better. So you can omba the pesa, but just communicate if things fall apart. Another one, couples. Wacha kutuwacha hanging. Stop leaving us hanging. Since you guys went on your first date, you have been teasing us with good things. Oh, you have been showing us the photos of the things you are being bought for. Why are we now being detectives? Just give us the wonder as it's coming. Do not leave us hanging. Give us the whole deal or nothing at all. If you know you're not going to keep us invested up until the very end when it crashes, do not give us hopes of starting this journey. You know, it's like watching a series. You're watching a series, right? And then these two people, they break up. Then now it ended in episode 4. Netflix canceled this show, sis. Do better. Keep us posted all the way to the end because we have subscribed. And finally, watu wasikiza tu. Staki kusikiza. Okay? You have now discovered Bible verses. It's January. You don't have money to pay all your bills. Why are you giving us Bible verses? Those verses should be for you. You know when you are making the phone call and there instead of hearing put for yourself a song. But for the rest of us, we are okay with no sound. Just let it be quiet and then let's hear a voice on the other side. Those are the few things that we're living in 2023, brought to you courtesy of Boxpod. And remember to buy the merchandise so that you can really, really, really stay committed to your manifesto, right? We even have a mug so at any time you're about to trip on yourself, you sip still. And then you come back to your original senses. So remember, you can buy our merchandise by ordering, but also you can reach us out on the comment section and tell us what are some of those things you want people to leave in 2023. Let's have some fun. Bye. No, but on the real though, guys, I definitely want you to have a good year because I've been forced to tell you. I mean, I wish for myself a really fantastic year. Put my best foot forward, right? Keep giving you Boxpod episodes, but how you live your life, that's up to you. Consequences, actions have consequences. So if you bump, sindio yo sasa, you will receive bums at the end of the year. No, I don't think it. Bums don't like broke bums, right? But if you put your best foot forward, at the end of the year, we'll be talking trash together. So it's used to decide. But just remember, whatever you decide, just make sure that the tea you're having inside a Boxpod mug, that the coffee you're having even as you're snoozing there, it's inside a Boxpod mug. That the hoodie you are wearing even as you're being lazy is a Boxpod hoodie. Because we got you. And we got more merchandise dropping this year because we are focused, baby. Happy New Year.